the Star Wars hype is beyond any control. I don't quite think I've seen a hype for a movie on this scale before. Sure, a lot of it has to do with the insane amounts of money that Disney has poured into the marketing of this movie. I've heard that it needs to make $1.5 billion in the box office to please the investors, please the Disney execs. But still, it doesn't explain. There is the phenomena I see on YouTube where basically it's a hype competition. Everybody is trying to one up everyone else in how hyped they are for the movie. Every person tries to show that they are more in love with Star Wars, that it's more a bigger part of their life. It's going to be the peak defining moment of their life when they finally get to watch this movie. And I don't really get it. I don't get it. Why? I mean, we don't know if it's going to be good. Right now, when it came out already, I guess, okay, people know. But I'm talking about, a week, 2 weeks ago, a month, 2 months before the movie came out, when all we had was a trailer or a teaser trailer or anything like that, and people were already bending over backwards how excited they were on this completely unknown thing called the Star Wars movie. Like any movie, the teasers and the trailers, you can't judge from them whether the movie's going to be good or not. So we don't know. We're going to get a movie which could be bad, like any movie. And that's true for any movie, and especially for this one where we just, not that long ago, the last one was 10 years ago, a Star Wars movie came out that was bad. So we even know that the movies in this particular saga are very much capable of being terrible movies. Thankfully this time it's not George Lucas directing, it's a competent director which has made decent movies in the past. So there's at least a chance for the movie to be good. But it could very much still be lukewarm or even bad. We don't know. So there's no reason to get so hyped up about a movie beforehand. After it comes out and you hear it's great, terrific. Now you know something about it and you can go manage your expectations accordingly. But beforehand, you don't know anything. If anything, hyping yourself up so much raises your expectation to an unreasonable level, and it only makes it easier for you to be disappointed when you actually see the movie. Another thing is people just doing anything to watch the movie on the day it releases, which again I don't understand. There's even like the people like waiting in line for hours beforehand, and I even saw there were people like camping out outside of a theater, even though you can order the tickets online beforehand, and the places are reserved, so it's completely useless to camp out beforehand. But they're doing it anyway, just as a tradition, just burning away the days, wasting whole days of their lives doing nothing. Waiting for the movie to be released. And just like imagine 6 months from now, looking back to today, in 6 months, does it matter if you saw the movie like the day it came out today or 2 weeks from now? You know what I mean? 6 months from now, and like April 2016, you're thinking back on around this time. Does it matter at April 2016, does it matter to you if you saw it the day it came out or 2 weeks later? Of course not. It's completely irrelevant. You saw it at either time, and then maybe you really loved it and you saw it a couple more times later, or maybe it was okay, so you didn't see it again, and that's it. So the whole thing of just you having to see it the day it comes out very quickly becomes completely irrelevant. Now, I guess if you're really extremely afraid of spoilers, then that could sort of protect you from that. But I think it's pretty easy to avoid them if you want. You can't just, like, you ask your friends not to tell you, and when you, I don't know, go around online and you see some item about Star Wars, you just skip it. So it's pretty easy. I mean, I have movies that I want to see or games that I want to play and I don't want them spoiled for me, and I manage to do that. So I don't really see watching it the first day as a necessity to avoid spoilers. So this whole thing it just goes a bit far in my opinion. People just sort of lose proportion for what's going on. And I think a great example I want to show you of this is Bill Burr was a guest on the Conan O'Brien show, and he is fantastic at saying things that he's not supposed to say, that no one else dares to say. And watch the reaction of Conan and the crowd when he dares to say that he's not a fan of Star Wars and he doesn't get the insane hype that the movie is getting.
And all of that.
You hadn't seen it?
No, I did. I never saw it. I saw it later. By the time then, I was too old, and I was like, this is like a cheesy self-help book put in outer space with like Muppets. Like, I really don't. No, I know. I don't get it. I don't get what. I missed it. You got to be a kid, right? You guys all saw it when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't see it.
I had perspective. Like, I saw it when I was like 27. I was just like, it's all right. Nothing crazy. I just want to drive by that line that they're all standing in.
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter? Why is it this important?
They're happy. They're happy. Why should we?
Look, you can tell how much money that movie's going to make. Everybody's just staring at me, shooting daggers. I don't care. I just,
just his reaction, like you could hear the crowd going dead silent, and even Conan like has a reflex reaction, defending the movie, and people fanboying to this extreme about it, and like they're enjoying themselves. Who are we to judge them or say anything in a negative connotation about this hype? Of course, while having, if you noticed, a giant picture of the Death Star drawn on the set behind him. So we can't really call him a neutral party in this discussion, when even his show has been purchased by Disney to promote the movie. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about this. Just don't remember, it's just a movie. Remember that. Just pace your expectations accordingly. Oftentimes, movies are shit, and we have no idea beforehand if it's gonna be good or not. Trailers are meant for one thing, to put your butt in the movie theater seat, to get you to buy a ticket. That's it. And they will deceive and manipulate and outright lie about the movie, whatever it takes to get you to buy a ticket. So trailers cannot be trusted. What can only be trusted is once the movie's out and enough people see it, and you hear from a number of different sources that you trust, like professional movie reviewers or your friends, people that you count on their taste in movies, and all of them, you have enough different opinions all saying a movie is fan-fucking-tastic, then get excited about the movie, because now you have a reason to be excited. Now you have actual fucking reason to believe that the movie might be good. Beforehand, you have no idea. So there's no point in getting excited about a movie that could very possibly be absolute shit. So temper your expectations accordingly. Remember, it's just a fucking movie. Nothing's gonna happen if you see it 2 or 3 weeks after it's released. in like 4 or 5 months' time, even less, it would not have mattered whatsoever if you saw it the first week or the third week. It's fucking irrelevant. Spoilers are pretty easy to avoid. I managed to do it, and I don't avoid Facebook or Twitter or the internet altogether until I see the movie. There's no need for that. When you're scrolling down a website, if you see something about Star Wars, just like skip the fucking message and you'll be fine. So just take it easy, enjoy good movies. If, heaven forbid, something about the movie was spoiled to you, well, that sucks. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. There will be other movies, and you can still enjoy this one, even if something was spoiled to you. So I'm going on a tangent here. Anyway, thanks for listening, and may the force be with you. May you be very forceful. See ya.